Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. So an interesting yet cute thing happened to me yesterday. Little boy walks in. I want to say he was probably 8 or 9 years old, maybe 10 max. He was all of this tall. And he's like, "You're Tennis Spin, huh?" I was like, "I think so." He goes, I bet I have a racket for you that you don't have." And I was like, "Really? What you got, buddy?" So I'll show you in a second. All right, so this cute little kid, little boy, he's like, "Mr. Tennis Spin, I bet you never seen this before." But before I let you see what he actually whipped out, if you want to support the channel, network is buymeacoffee.com/tennis spin. Link is below. So here's to you guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. The kid was like, "Check this out." And he brings me this thing. I was like, "What the? You don't know anything about that. That thing was like around way before you were born." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right. I've never seen one like this before. At least not in this good of a condition." So obviously he got it from his garage, maybe grandparents' garage, and brought it in for me. So thank you, little boy. I didn't get to catch your name. But he also said, "What do you think that's worth?" I was like, "I'd give you $1 for that." And he laughed. He's like, "It's okay, you can have it." So I was like, "Okay, that's cool." So check it out. Spalding. This is a different symbol than what I'm used to seeing. This is a different symbol than what I'm used to seeing. This is the S symbol. I think this means I'm not sure if it's older or newer. And then it is steel. It's got this S symbol here on this bridge that looks like it's riveted in on the sides so that strings can come through. So you see, this isn't a monoshaft. It is kind of, as you see here, there's a bridge to this, and this holds the bridge together here. So that means this racket is going to be pretty stable. Look at how small that head is, though. Check it out. I don't know what this is called, though. Maybe you guys can help shed some light on what this racket is called. There must be some number to it. So it's a Spalding 4 5/8 grip. And it says manufactured by Spalding, Chicopee, Massachusetts. Interesting. Check that out. 4 5/8 grip, original leather. Looks like it's still on here. I'm going to spec this thing out for you guys and then figure out what I want to do with this. All right, so this is steel. This feels literally like a 2x4. So I'm sure this is pretty head heavy from what I'm feeling. Let's see what it specs out at. Not horrible, actually. 320, 327. It's a little shocking. Let's hit the scale. Let's check it out. Whoa. Haven't seen a 4 in a long time. 416.5. Yes, that's a 4 in front of that. A 4. Not a 3, a 4. $388. Wow. All right, let's go analyze this one. All right, so let's take a look at this. 416.5. I don't think I've ever weighed a racket that's this heavy before. What does that equate to in ounces? 14.69. In today's world, that is way over that Fed racket. Like way over. So that Fed racket strung is about, that stock is about 12.5. So you're looking at 2 ounces more than that. Balance is actually not horrible. Definitely a little head heavier. This is where it's hard. It's 388. So the only racket that's 388 that I've ever tested is like the Andy Murray, Andre Agassi rackets. Those are heavy in the swing weight. Just a lot of plow coming through. All right, so this tells me something. It should tell you something too. This is why people used to only play with one grip, the Continental grip, and why it's pretty much back and through, back and through, back and through. Because any kind of Western deal, like semi-Western thing, probably can't do it. The head's too small, racket's too heavy. It just would not work. That's why it was pretty much back and through. I know Goo can't do this. He probably could, but I don't know. He's probably going to try to hit like McEnroe again. So the only pro that I think that could work would be Coach Rob. So let's go find Coach Rob and see if his Continental strokes can work with this racket. See you on the court. On the court, my Spalding Mystery Steel racket, manufactured by Spalding. Oh, Massachusetts, made in America.
There we go.
I just saw that tag. Coach Rob, have you seen this racket before?
If I did, it was so long ago I can't remember. Would have been back when we were 5, 10,
2, 1. What'd you think of it though?
The vibration was lovely as you hit it on the sweet spot. You could hear it, feel it rattling through your arm, especially if you mishit it a little bit. It was really good to watch the ball intensely again. With these big rackets, you can kind of just swing it and know you'll find some part of the racket. Where here, if you're not watching the seams on the label, you're going to swing right through and maybe embarrass yourself. Especially when I had to volley, I was really trying to keep my head still and make sure that
we got strings on it.
That we got some string on it, and we didn't take out our videographer.
What do you think of the weight?
Weight was fine. I mean, I usually use a heavier racket, so I'm not sure I'd want to teach 7 hours a day or 8 hours a day with this, or even play a match nowadays. I don't think my arm is conditioned for that much weight, but gotta love the old leather grip from back in the day.
Yeah, no, I like Rob. Basically, I was just like, don't whiff it, don't whiff it, don't whiff it. So I was like, hit strings, hit strings. So I actually concentrated a little bit more, and I concentrated a little bit more on hitting it more flush than I would normally. So that's why it took off a little bit more, because I was concentrating on making sure I hit the center of this racket, because as you can see, the center of that racket isn't very big. And even on the volleys, I was like, okay, watch it in, watch it in. And usually I would just like, right? Like this one, I was like, okay, let's get it right in the strings. So, but when you do that though, especially on something this heavy and this small, you tend to kind of over catch it. You know, you kind of take it a little too flush and it takes off a little bit. So I'm sure Rob did very well with it, actually. I was on the other side of those balls, and he actually caught those volleys perfectly and, got it right back to me. So you should play with this, man.
Like I said, maybe for a half hour, but I think I need some ice and Advil after that.
And the weight I thought was okay.
Yeah.
When I brought it back on my backhand, I'm like, man, where the hell is the head on this? Because, feeling this is like, worries me.
Right. Your hands, it's been so long since frames where you held it at the throat with this small of a thing. It feels, like the old wood racket days.
Yeah. It's like that wooden spoon.
Yeah.
It's like that. I don't know if you've tried that wooden spoon.
I don't know if I've been on the spoon.
Okay, we'll have to get Rob on the spoon.
I think you told me about that.
Yeah. We'll get Rob, since he's the teacher, he'll use a teaching tool. It's like a wooden spoon almost, except it's a metal spoon and a little bigger. But all in all, this is cool. I love messing with these rackets like this. And I'm pretty surprised to see it says made in the USA on the bottom there. So all in all, not bad at all. This would be a great reset racket training tool.
Yep.
I loved it, actually.
Yeah. I wouldn't hit a lot of balls with it for very long because your arm's not used to it. But
right.
for getting back into it and watching the ball and focusing on really paying attention to seeing the ball from the bounce to your racket, and it'll definitely give you immediate feedback whether you hit a good one or not.
Definitely reset for sure. Thank you, little kid, for giving me this racket. It's cool. We liked it a lot. I'm not quite sure what this is for. Some kind of. Look! It's actually a different piece. Look, it's detached and it's drilled in here. It's riveted in here.
Yeah.
So it must be some stabilizer thing.
Stabilizing, and maybe that's their Spalding S going there.
That's right. And then it maybe it keeps this from caving in a bit.
Right.
No, wait. Look, the strings come through here.
Yeah. It's got the little. The little power paddy thing still down there, right?
Yeah,
That's what those are called?
Okay, cool. Sorry for getting off the subject here. We're just intrigued by the whole thing. All right, I want to thank my man, Coach Rob, for showing us the way all the time with these metal rackets here. Thank you, Coach Rob.
Very well.
Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.